Alrighty, so today is Wednesday. We are packing up the room and about to leave. This morning we spent about an hour walking the beach, which was a super nice way to end part of our time in Miami. And we have a lot of cool stuff planned for this morning. We're cutting our losses with food, so we're gonna go get flan for breakfast at the place we know had great flan. And then we're gonna get some juice, go do a tour of a building, which I'll explain more when we get there.
They filmed Iron Man 3 there.
They did film Iron Man 3, they're part of it. And after that, well, I'll just explain when we get there. But yeah, cleaning up the hotel and getting out of here. And we have this system where we use a trash bag for our dirty clothes. So when we get home, we can just throw that like directly into the washer, which is pretty neat. So we have checked out of our hotel and we are on the way to get some flan and Cuban espresso. And then, where are we going, Robert?
We're going to Versailles to get flan and Cuban espresso. Then we're going to visit La Vizcaya, which is a historical mansion where they also filmed a lot of movies.
Yes, I can never remember the name of where we're going, so that's Robert's job. But anyway, we're headed that way. So, what is this?
The Church of Scientology.
Oh my goodness.
Like Tom Cruise.
Oh my goodness, it's huge.
Yeah, it's a cult.
We're both kind of nauseous because that was a lot of sugar. And we were kind of sad they didn't have the type of flan that we wanted. Robert liked the new type that we got that was like more caramelly, but I thought it was way too sweet.
Dosanil, which means little pig from heaven. It's all just like egg yolk fat. Well, that's protein, I guess.
Plus a lot of caramel and sugar.
So much caramel.
The one I liked the most was the coconut one. It was slightly less sweet, but it was still very sweet. I had some of the espresso, and then we both loved the fresh orange juice. I love that like every place has fresh orange juice and they just squeeze it in front of you. It is freaking amazing.
I didn't like the flan de coco because the whole point of flan is for it to have a very smooth mouthfeel, but the coconut like flakes kind of ruin that part of the experience.
Well, I liked it.
In a quarter mile, use the right 2 lanes to take the exit toward Brickell Avenue.
Fireball summer, honeymoon lovers, seeing no colors. Love me all summer, making discovers under your covers. Calling your number when I need someone to give me comfort. Make sure that I come first. Fireball summer, it was a fireball summer. And he said, don't you forget me when I'm gone. Promise I won't. Remember us dancing to a song all night long. Will you still text me when you can't be strong? It all feels wrong, 'cause I got you. Nothing comes closer. Fireball summer. Fireball summer.
Till I got your number. Open up the shutters to life in Technicolor. Ex-girlfriends and I changed, 'cause I cut out all the lanes. Only one girl in my lane, only one kid on the pain. 5-7 on the 886, we made our own love. King of my corporation, we made our own love. Nobody mess with the team, yo. Shout out my PNC, yo. I get my lucky number, my number one.
Honeymoon lovers, seeing no colors. Love me all summer, making discovers under your covers. Calling your number when I need someone to give me comfort. Make sure that I come first. Fireball summer, it was a fireball summer.
For lunch, I finally got to eat at Pollo Tropical, a restaurant that I had been dying to try since my friends in South Florida first recommended it to me. It was very similar to Alpaca, our favorite Peruvian chicken place in the Research Triangle, but it had a much more expensive menu. Linnea had a Tropi Chop bowl, and I had the Grillmaster Trio platter. I really enjoyed the churrasco steak with chimichurri and the citrus-marinated grilled chicken. While I normally enjoy sausage and chorizo, I don't enjoy it with chicken as the base meat. However, we would definitely eat here again, and I wish that we'd eaten here more throughout the trip. After lunch, Linnea and I visited the monastery of Saint Bernard de Clairvaux. While construction started in 1133 and ended in 1141 in Sacramania in northern Spain, the monastery was purchased by William Hearst in 1925 and shipped to the US brick by brick. It now resides in North Miami Beach, just as the original London Bridge now resides in Lake Havasu, Arizona. The components of the monastery were resold 1 year after Hearst's death to entrepreneurs who paid for the monastery to be reassembled as a tourist attraction. In 1964, Colonel Robert Pentland Jr. donated the monastery to the Episcopal Diocese of Southeast Florida. After the intensity of the city of Miami, even in places like La Vizcaya, it was surreal to visit this monastery. It was by far the most peaceful place we experienced in all of Miami. It genuinely felt like we had traveled to the past except for slight anachronisms. The monastery is now covered by verdant tropical plants, unlike the dry Mediterranean hills where it was originally constructed. And like the Tower of London, cranes from the modern world peered in over its short walls. However, it was still an incredible experience.
So it is 4:30 now. We are almost to Orlando. We're going to spend the next couple of days in Orlando and then head back to North Carolina. And it's been a really good last bit in Miami. Just getting to go to those really scenic historical places this morning where it was really quiet and we just got to enjoy listening to fountains and the water was just super wonderful. We had good food today, super high quality, super cheap. We both loved it. So 10 out of 10 on that restaurant. Kiki, you were right, great place to go. So we're just chilling in the car, listening to podcasts about GI health and herb, Nay and Robert shenanigans. Oh my goodness, that is a huge hotel. Are they all this big?
Yeah, all the Disney resorts are this big or bigger.
Bigger? How could it get bigger than this? Oh my goodness. Okay, so we just got to Orlando and checked into our hotel. We're staying at the Swan of the Swan and Dolphin hotels at Disney. This was, I believe, one of the least expensive hotels that you could stay at on the property. And oh my gosh, it's so freaking nice. I've never been in a hotel room this freaking nice. I'm just shook, and it's huge. I didn't realize how huge the building would be. I've never been to Disney. Robert has been to Disney a lot because he grew up in Florida, and his parents are obsessed with Disney. Just obsessed. And so he's been a number of times as a kid, but I've never been, and he hasn't been for years. And so I'm just shell-shocked. I'm like, oh my gosh, they make hotels this big? They make hotels this nice? Oh my gosh. And it's so quiet. The rooms are very soundproofed. Like, there is someone vacuuming in the door across from us and you can't hear it at all. Amazing soundproofing, which our previous hotel was very loud. The air conditioner was super loud and you could hear everything. So soundproofing was not good. Here it's like, you can't hear people. I could record anything in here. Best audio, best lighting. Wait a minute, I just noticed these, y'all. What are those little, like, cars in the air? Y'all, I just noticed this. What are those little cars in the air? Like, it's like a ski slope situation. What in the heck is this wonderland that we have found ourselves in, y'all? I'm shook.
For dinner, we decided to eat at a sushi bar called Kimonos at the Swan Resort because we didn't feel like leaving the hotel after all the traveling we'd done earlier in the day. Linnea and I had 3 salmon and tuna rainbow rolls with an additional shrimp tempura roll. In spite of it being a restaurant at the resort, it was only slightly more expensive than a mid-tier sushi restaurant you would eat at in the real world, and it was extremely delicious. Afterwards, we went to bed early since we needed to be ready to get to the park's rope drop in the morning, since we had a long day ahead of us.